Hello and welcome to this video on EFT, otherwise known as Emotional Freedom Technique or tapping, the tapping technique. Now, the Emotional Freedom Technique is one of a number of self-healing techniques that I look at both on my YouTube channel and in my first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness. And you can check out that first book, Heal Yourself to Happiness, free. It's free to download in PDF format from my website at deborahjanesutton.com. So you can check out the information there on the Emotional Freedom Technique and other simple, easy self-healing techniques. Okay, so EFT, powerful, powerful, powerful. One of my faves, and it's a very good kind of like beginner technique to get you into understanding the importance of your emotions and the importance of processing them and releasing them. Now, EFT was developed by Gary Craig in the 1990s, but I think the principle of it stems back much further than that, because the points that we tap on are all part of the acupressure points and the meridian lines, which date back to traditional Chinese medicine. So there's a long history, I think, behind a lot of it. Now, what I wanted to look at was 3 different ways of using it, because you can use it, a number of different ways once you've learned it. Now, the first way, some people don't like it because you're actually focusing on what you don't want to create. You're actually focusing on what the problem is. So a lot of people don't like it for that reason, but I find it very powerful. So the first technique is to actually tap on what it is that you're not happy about. Now, when I did this for the first time, it was during my training to be an EFT practitioner, and it was years ago, and we were all being asked to use ourselves as an example, of course. But then I was very shy and embarrassed about admitting any emotional issues that I might have had. But at the time, I was considerably overweight. I think I remember being like a UK size 16 or something. So I used my weight as an issue that I wanted to work on, because it was something that I couldn't hide from anybody else. So I used that first that issue as my setup line. We call it a setup line. So even though, we use the words even though I'm overweight, I love and accept myself completely. Okay, so that was the opening sentence. Now let's go through the actual points that I tapped on, okay? Because that for me was super powerful, okay? Now I did a few rounds. Obviously, I'm going to show you the tapping now. I did a few rounds like that, and then out of nowhere, it seemed to be out of nowhere. It seemed to be not connected at all, but obviously it was on some level. But out of nowhere, I had all this guilt and all sorts of other emotions coming up that had nothing to do with my weight, to do with other personal situations in my life. And I just wanted to cry. And then, of course, the more I then focused on that, even though I feel this guilt, I love and accept myself completely. So then you take whatever emotions come up and you use them in your setup phrase. And then there was all sorts of despair and all sorts of stuff. Sometimes it's difficult to put a name on the emotion that you're feeling. So you can just say, even though I feel like this, I love and accept myself completely. It will still work like that. So I kept on going, but it was very emotional for me. I found that I cried a lot, although since then I've used it a lot without crying. So it's different for different people. But anyway, after that, I didn't think about it. I just thought I'd had an emotional release during the course. I didn't think much about it. But then slowly over a period of some months, weight was coming off. And I was just losing more and more and more weight without any effort whatsoever. It was really strange. And I remember messaging the guy that taught me, the tutor on the course. I remember messaging him and saying, I've lost so much weight since that session with you. And he just reminded me, he said, well, yes, you did focus on your weight issues. And that I was like, oh yeah, so I did. But I got so caught up in the emotions that came out from doing that I'd completely forgotten. And so I now have the conclusion that guilt is very fattening. So it's interesting how it can work. And of course, it can be different and unique for everybody. So let's have a look at where we're going to tap first. This is called the karate chop. And you can use 2 fingers, 3 fingers. I normally go like this. And I just tap here. And I say everything 3 times. So in that example, when I was training, it was, even though I'm overweight, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm overweight, I love and accept myself completely. I'm still tapping. Even though I'm overweight, I love and accept myself completely. Okay, 3 times tapping on the karate chop. Now, the other points to tap on, here on the inside of your eyebrow, here. Again, you can use 2 fingers, you can use 3, it's up to you. Okay, so right here, it might be a little bit difficult with glasses on actually, but I'm not going to take them off because I'm going to see what I'm doing. Even though I'm overweight, I love and accept myself completely. I'm going to repeat the phrase at every place I tap. Now I'm going to the other side of my eyebrow, the side of my eye, and I'm tapping there. Now you can use 2 hands if you want. You can go like this, and you can go like this, and you can use 2 hands. It's up to you. You can use your left hand or your right hand. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do is you're going to feel into it. You're going to feel what feels right for you. So try it with 2 hands, try it with the other hand, and then come back and see which one you prefer. Okay, it might be that you are going to carry on with 1 hand and use your strongest hand or what have you, but it's up to you. Try all of them and see. So you're just going to keep repeating. Okay, even though I'm overweight, or it might not be overweight, of course, it might be even though I'm feeling anxious, that's 1, or even though I'm feeling fearful, even though I'm lacking in confidence, even though I feel undeserving, even though I feel unworthy, okay, even though I'm annoyed with this person, you know, whatever it is, okay? Or it could be even though I don't feel very well. You don't have to pinpoint the emotion in the setup line, like I said, even though I'm overweight. So it could be even though I'm not feeling well, because the underlying cause of our illnesses is very often trapped emotions, which is what obviously the emotional freedom technique releases. So we're going here and then repeating our setup phrase. We're going here and repeating our setup phrase. And then we're coming underneath the eye, onto the eye socket right here. Okay, it's like on the cheekbone, but high up on the cheekbone. Okay, so even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. We're coming down to this point in between the nose and the lip. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. So we're going to go in the crease in between your lip and your chin. Okay. Now we're going to go from here, we're going to go to the collarbone. Here, you can do both sides. 1 side, it's up to you. So even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. And now we're going to go under the arm as if on like the bra strap line, but under the arm. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. We're then going to come up and tap over there. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Okay, now we're going to go around again. We're going to go around a few times. We're using the same setup phrase. So even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. Now you're just going to lose yourself in the rhythm of it. Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself completely. I suggest you close your eyes if you're working alone, or close your eyes anyway, to really feel into it. Now what you're going to do is feel any emotions that are coming up. Okay, feel any emotions that are coming up. So you might be feeling fearful, you know, or a particular event might be coming to your mind. So even though I feel anxious about whatever it is, even though I feel anxious about, I love and accept myself completely. even though I feel anxious about, and then more stuff might come to your mind. Okay, so you're going to keep going, you're going to keep going, and then whatever else comes up. So it might be, even though I feel scared of such and such, or even though I feel scared of public speaking, or whatever it might be, you know, for you, even though I'm feeling this, I love and accept myself completely. Even though I'm feeling like whatever it is, I love and accept myself completely. With your eyes closed, you can really feel into what emotions are coming up. And just keep going. And if you don't feel anything at all, then just keep going. Keep going. And after you've gone around 3 times, take a nice big inhalation and exhale. Inhale, exhale. See how you feel. If nothing new comes up, go around again with your original setup line, okay, intention, okay? If you do feel a little bit different, you know, then talk about how you're feeling a little bit different. So you're thinking of a situation, I lack confidence, then you can keep going. Because everybody's going to laugh at me, you know, or because I'm not good enough, or because I don't feel like I deserve that. Whatever is coming out, whatever you're thinking, the first thought that comes into your mind and the emotion that you attach to it, that's what you need to tap on. You keep going and keep tapping on it. And what you end up with could have no connection whatsoever to what you started with. Okay, so that anxiety, let's say, for example, or that fear that you're tapping on originally could actually have its underlying cause in something from many, many, many years ago. Okay, and it could have its underlying cause in something that you have no idea what it is. Okay, so you just keep going, you keep going. And then you might want to cry it out, of course, or you might want to, that's why we stop after 3 rounds, put your hands on your heart, and exhale, because that's the emotion coming up. Okay, basically what we're doing is we're drawing our awareness to the trapped emotion, and we're using this tapping to bring that emotion up so that we can bring it out. Okay, and then what happens is our subconscious wants us to acknowledge something else or something more, or you know, something else that's trapped. When we release one trapped emotion of anxiety, we very often release other trapped emotions of anxiety as well. So keep going for as long as you can. Okay, and then when you feel a lot better, you're just going to inhale and you'll feel that emotional release. If you feel like crying, then of course you're going to feel the emotional release from that as well. So that's the original way that I was taught the EFT procedure. But as I said, a lot of people don't like to focus on whether it be the fear, the anxiety, the being overweight. They want to actually focus on the positive. And I have seen, and I really do like to see, the second way that I want to share with you, how to use EFT for installing positive beliefs. So it's a bit like the brain integration activities that I've also shared. It's a bit like just a technique in order to help install a particular belief or thought into our energy field, into our subconscious. So it might be, I love and accept myself completely. You may not need to, you don't need to start with a negative emotion. Okay, so you can just go, I love and accept myself completely. It's an affirmation that vibrates at a very high frequency. And if we can align our frequency with that of the affirmation, I love and accept myself completely, then of course we are going to be raising our frequency, which is what it's all about. Or you may be just, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, the universe is a safe place, I enjoy giving and receiving love in equal amounts, I find receiving love easy. Any of these affirmations or beliefs that you don't have, but you would like to have, that you're not resonating with, but you want to be resonating with. So, so you can use I love and accept myself, because to me, that's the biggest one. You know, once you align with the energy of that one, then so many others fall into place. So we can just say, I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. You can use this with any positive affirmation you want. And we're just going to use the karate chop, tapping here like we did before. And any emotions within you that are stopping you from loving and accepting yourself, they're going to come up. So it's going to be the same. You still might find it emotional. You might find the emotions of guilt, despair, anxiety, fear, what have you come up. Okay. You might want to cry. You might not. You might want to exhale it out. You know, you might not. But in order to align with the frequency of that affirmation, whatever is stopping you from loving yourself needs to be released. So either way, you're going to be releasing trapped emotions. So it's a nice way to do it. So then we can go here. I love and accept myself completely. If you relax your physical body, you can close your eyes and get really into it. I love and accept myself completely. Now, if you don't love and accept yourself completely, there's a high chance that that's going to feel a little bit awkward in the beginning, which isn't a problem because you're going to keep going, right? You're going to keep going. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. Collarbone, clavicle. I love and accept myself completely. Under the arm, I love and accept myself completely. Okay, bring it back to the head. I love and accept myself completely. You're going to go around 3 times, hands on heart. I love and accept myself completely. Exhale anything that is stopping you from loving yourself. Exhale anything that's coming up. Okay? So you might feel all these emotions coming up. Just keep on going. I love and accept myself completely. Just keep going with it. I love and accept myself completely. Because what you're actually doing is you're using this as a brain integration technique. You're using this to help install that frequency. Everything is frequency, remember. To install that frequency into your energy field, that one of loving yourself completely. I love and accept myself completely. Let's just go around one more time with that. It's lovely. Close your eyes and really enjoy it. Top of the head. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. Relax your physical body. Really enjoy the process. I love and accept myself completely. Can you feel yourself shifting energy? I love and accept myself completely. Keep going. It's going to feel better and better the more you do it. I love and accept myself completely because you're aligning with it. Because you're learning to love and accept yourself completely. I love and accept myself completely. I love and accept myself completely. Take a nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale it out. Anything that's stopping you from loving yourself is going to be released right now. Now, of course, when you practice this on your own, you're going to go on for longer. Okay, I don't want to keep the video too long. I just wanted to show you the 3 different ways that you can use it. And the third way then that I like using this is when I'm in public, usually. Many years ago, I used to have a flight phobia. I've cleared it up now, thank goodness. But I wanted to tap while on an aeroplane. I was I was trying to keep a panic attack at bay, you know. And so I wanted to tap, and it works for me. If I'm feeling fearful or upset or anxious about anything, like I've already shown you, we can do this and we can clear that anxiety, okay? But when you're sitting on an aeroplane with loads of people next to you and what have you, and you're sitting here going like this, you might feel a little bit silly, right? Or if you're walking down the street, you don't really want to be seen doing this. Well, everything is energy, and everything exists in non-physical form as well as physical form. We need to remember that. So actually, you can imagine, you can visualize yourself tapping. So you just close your eyes and you visualize yourself tapping. Go to the point here and you just visualize, feel it, feel the tapping going on that point. I love and accept myself. Or Even though I'm feeling anxious, I love and accept myself. Whatever your setup phrase is, whichever one you want to use. And then over here, you just think about it, put your attention on it, and you visualize yourself tapping there. If you get really into this, you'll start feeling it. You'll be able to feel it. We can do that with the power of our minds. If you believe it, you can. And then you come underneath and you just keep repeating it. And of course, you can repeat it to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud. So you could be there on an aeroplane or walking down the street or wherever you are in a crowded place, and you can actually be releasing trapped emotions by visualizing yourself tapping on those points. Okay, sounds far-fetched? Try it. I challenge you to try it. I invite you to try it because it's just really, really useful if you're in a situation where you don't want to be seen tapping away and everyone staring at you. Okay, so that's the 3 ways that you can use EFT, the emotional freedom technique, otherwise known as tapping. So I hope that's helped you for now, and I look forward to the next video. Bye for now.